Hello friends, Namaskar dosto. Very warm welcome to another edition of Sunday Analysis with SD. And मैं हूँ SD Shanando Dash. I'm a multi-asset trading and investment specialist with a special focus on forex, commodity and global macro. तो ये जो वीडियो है इन दिस वीडियो we make it a English, a mix of Hindi and English, and also discuss about the global macro picture, some of the macro picture, and we look at various charts and various asset class performance and what are the opportunities in coming ahead. So if you so let's start. I'm also associated with Elan Markets. So if you go to Elan Markets, type my name, and there you'll find the courses I'm associated with Elan Markets, and you can connect with me. So let's start with our analysis. कहाँ से हम लोग start करते हैं? Obviously past week का जो data है, and we look at 3 star. जब हम लोग चालू करते हैं, we look at 2 star. When it's left, we look at 3 star. And उसमें दिखला है most of the important data is GDP. US GDP was much better than the consensus or the forecast was. Weaker the debate than the previous, but more important data tha PCE price index, core PCE price index abhi bhi बढ़ते जा रहा है. It is not a signet data that will change Federal Reserve's mind by any chance, but overall दिख ही रहा है कि inflation का जो pressure है that is still somewhat on. Especially personal spending is still rising at quite a fast pace, 0.8%. And income is definitely growing, not as at previous pace ki tarah nahi, but it's still growing. And these should be a concerns for Federal Reserve, which wants to bring down the inflation. तो इस जगह पे market what it did, it pushed the dollar up, interest rate up, but finally on Friday we had Chair Powell, जिन्होंने अपने स्पीच के जरिए थ्रू द डोविश कमेंट ये जो डॉलर का जो स्ट्रेंथ दिख रहा था, यूरो का जो ब्रेकडाउन दिख रहा था, उसमें थोड़ा डेंट डाल दिया उन्होंने. Next is we'll move to, these are the main events. एक mixed picture मिला previous week on the dollar and the interest rate front. तो अभी ये देखते हैं कि इस वीक में क्या होने वाला है. What are the key important data for the week? और उसमें पहले जो आने वाला है, दिस इज द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द मंथ, सो दिस वीक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम लोगों को मैन्युफैक्चरिंग पीएमआई डेटा मिलने वाला है, विच इज अ ब्यूटीफुल सेंटिमेंट डेटा. आप उसके बारे में और जान सकते हैं इफ यू गेट कनेक्टेड विद मी थ्रू द कोर्सेज. देयर वी कवर दीज. we'll get ISM manufacturing PMI. This will be a major mover in the very early of the week. This will give a sentiment push. If manufacturing is growing, once again dollar will start to get bid, interest rates will go up. Manufacturing so far has been weak. Any number below 50 is weakness. बट एक चीज जरूर हाईलाइट करना पड़ेगा, दैट इज चाइना. चाइना का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग पीएमआई एंड नॉन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग पीएमआई, China manufacturing PMI Sunday. Let me take the Sunday. Let me take recent. Yeah, Sunday non-manufacturing PMI and manufacturing PMI both released, and for the very long time, after a long time, I think almost 9 months, the manufacturing is back to growth in China. And the services PMI grew significantly. This is going to add to the risk mood. Is China coming back? Mixed signal आ रहा है. एक तरफ इकोनॉमी का एक लिटिल गुड सिग्नल आया जिसका हम लोग वेट कर रहे थे, दूसरी तरफ मेटल और द करेंसी सेगमेंट इज सेइंग द वीकनेस और द ट्रबल विद चाइना इज स्टिल नॉट ओवर. तो नेक्स्ट जो मंडे फोकस रहेगा, चाइना डेटा विल डेफिनेटली एड अ पॉजिटिव मूड फॉर द बेस्ट मेटल्स मार्केट स्पेशली, एंड आल्सो द कमोडिटीज, क्रूड ऑयल, and also for equity it will add a risk sentiment. Next focus will be the manufacturing PMI. The data will be especially vital for gold, silver, dollar, and interest rates. There will be a ton of Fed speakers this week. Jaise Fed President Cook will be speaking, Fed member. Next will Williams, Mester, Dali, lot of Fed speakers, and वो लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं, that will somewhat impact the interest rate market and also the dollar. Next, for the euro, the focus will be here. If inflation rate comes lower than previous and consensus, we can expect the ECB to cut faster than the Federal Reserve, and euro is likely to face downside pressure. So this data will be important for the euro traders. Next is this data, inflation data from Europe. That was German, and this is the whole Europe, Eurozone inflation data. So this data will be, I think European Union could be. Euro area, no, Euro area, sorry, Euro area. Eurozone, they call it Euro area. So Eurozone or Euro area is same. Euro area inflation data, if this one drops too, this will be a downside pressure on the euro, whereas not expecting significant upside here. Next focus will be ISM services PMI and other speakers, especially Chair Powell, what further he has to share on Wednesday. And also we are going to have on the Wednesday ADP employment report from the US, जो finally जो week का main event है non-farm payroll, uske it will create the mood completely for the Friday mega event non-farm payroll report or the US unemployment report. This will be a mega mover of the week, the most important data of the week. I have a live session on that day, obviously for a focused students, and also 2 sessions coming up Saturday, Sunday. So we'll be focusing on these as well. So ये रहा picture what's coming. Let's look at how the performance picture कैसा था and along with other macro picture. So this is the performance of this broad अगर market को देखा जाए over the past 1 month. So 1 month broadly bullish presence globally. Definitely some areas of concerns like Brazil. We have China weakness. This is another reason कि एक तरफ now economic data positive sentiment देना चालू हुआ काफी time बाद. Previously all the sentiment was from the stock market that was going up. Now it is backed by economic data. So we'll have to focus on China. China हमारा we tried early. So we are holding some position, but nothing great has come yet. But now with the economic picture maybe changing, we can get something good out of China. So other than that, some weakness in European market, but broadly presence of bullish. If we look at last 1 week, the presence of bears are more. China, Japan, the bears were there, Taiwan. So Asian market is seeing more weakness in the last 1 week compared to देखा जाए तो European market. But bullishness जो last 1 month, 3 month हम लोग देखे थे, if I go to the last 3 months, that has somewhat vanished in the last 1 week. So एक selling pressure globally दिख रहा है. And if I go to last 1 day performance, it is broadly a bounce back दिख रहा है, a bullish presence ज़्यादा, a little slightly higher on the bullish presence overall, but it's kind of a bumpy road. So next week, this could be another kind of range bound bumpy week. While initially we got a risk sentiment push from China, which would be good for equities, good for commodities, and also it could influence the inflation as well. And if it affects the inflation outlook, then I'll be focusing on bond market, how it is reacting. कैसा वो react कर रहा है bond market. So इसके साथ let's go to futures, and futures will look at the performance. Last 1 week, once again, top performer is Cocoa. Cocoa में crisis चलते जा रहा है. Let's look at the charts rather. एक साथ सब chart एक बार देख के we'll go to individual charts. So we'll start with the indices. Indices, if we look at the weekly chart, so broadly bullishness is still continuing across the market. VIX is low, volatility remains low. European market looks more bullish. Nikkei bullish, taken a pause last week. pause in Nasdaq, pause in S&P 500, marginal bullish Dow. Rather interesting picture is Russell, which is a small mid cap. उस तरफ rotation दिख रहा है. If we go to groups, we'll see one day. Let me check it. Capitalization, small micro, mid cap started performing a bit well for the past 1 week. So बाहर जो US में जो rotation दिख रहा है, that is more towards small cap, थोड़ा higher end of the risk जो India में already हम लोग face कर चुके हैं. Already we moved through that phase. बट यहाँ पे यूएस में अब दिख रहा है कि बिग मेगा कैप से नाउ मूविंग अ फंड टुवर्ड्स स्मॉल मिड एंड माइक्रो कैप. दैट मींस रैली कैन कंटिन्यू. इट इज मोर लाइकली नाउ शिफ्टिंग टुवर्ड्स द स्मॉल मिड कैप. और जो रसेल में दिख रहा है, रसेल इज नाउ हैज डन वेल. So has a comeback है Russell में. If we look at the weekly chart, Russell has performed better than Dow, S&P and Nasdaq. European stocks remain significantly bullish. Volatility still remains on the downside. Let's look at the energy के picture. Crude oil significantly gone up last week. Crude oil में bullishness. Commodities have broadly been coming back. Not all the commodities. Strong performer has been gasoline, crude oil, whereas natural gas, heating oil, these commodities have not done well. So crude oil related demand दिख रहा है. Crude oil related supply issues है. Crude oil related geopolitical shocks है. So crude oil and gasoline, these two are main focus of the latest rally in energy. इसके बाद हम लोग सॉफ्ट कमोडिटीज को देख रहे हैं. सॉफ्ट कमोडिटीज में रिकॉर्ड ब्रेकिंग रन चलते जा रहा है. दिस इज इन कोकोआ. कॉटन में भी वन मैसिव रन हुआ था एंड आफ्टर दैट द जो डिक्लाइन हुआ था आफ्टर मेकिंग अ टॉप, इट इज स्टिल सेम. ऑरेंज जूस में प्रीवियस एंड लास्ट टू लास्ट ईयर आल्सो वी सॉ मेगा रन, बट इट इज नाउ इन अ ब्रॉडली रेंज. कॉफी सेम. प्राइस इंक्रीज दिख रहा है rather than sugar. So कोकोआ का जो रैली, I don't think it doesn't look like it has a parabolic rise. Sharp fall हो सकता है, but overall the rally is it's a big long term rally. There is a supply side issue चल रहा है कोकोआ में. अगर हम लोग let's go to map and हम लोग घाना में जा रहे हैं. We are in Ghana. This is the Ghana and Ivory Coast. ये रहे अफ्रीका. अफ्रीका के घाना एंड आइवरी कोस्ट. दिस स्मॉल रीजन in the world provides 60 to 70% of the cocoa. But illegal mining, disease, ill maintenance, इसके वजह से there has been a massive drop in the production or the supply, which has finally actually कोकोआ का प्राइस जो हम लोग लंदन मार्केट में देखते हैं, वो वेरी स्मॉल पोर्शन ऑफ दैट रीचेस द फाइनल फार्मर के पास. So they had less incentive from pressure मिला है से local mafias, local gold miners, illegal gold miners जो crop खराब कर दिए, पेड़ काट दिए, and they left very toxic chemicals which affected the production. This is not going to end very soon. This is a major supply concern जो ठीक से after years and years of ill maintenance is leading to this. So इसका end result is not going to be good. हम लोग we are going to suffer. The FMCG companies, I'll advise when you're buying chocolate based products now, because companies will not be able to increase price that much. So the qualities are likely to come down. There is likely to be more substitutes products that will be coming. So this is our major issues in cocoa. So similarly, अगर हम लोग यहाँ पे भी अगर EN macro micro के जरिए भी picture अगर देखेंगे, this is the 1 month rise and उसमें दिख रहा है last 1 month cocoa is up 43%, and in the last 1 year alone cocoa price is up 233%. Several commodity prices are up. If we look at, let me go to the chart now. You all know this. This is my special setup. Let me select the the fountain of gold or the mother setup. And let me take you to the GSCI. GSCI, you can think of an index, global index of commodities, and it has been rising after bottoming. Let's go to the bit long-term chart. It is once again rising after bottoming, supported by several commodities like these, and also crude oil. Several commodities are coming back. So it might have a round of impact on the inflation. So they will remain our focus. साथ में, if I, this is also could be an investment, awesome investment opportunity. If we look at SPGSCI divided by जो US का S&P 500 is index, उसका ETF. So this is almost at a historic low. Commodities are currently extremely cheap compared to the equity market historically. Historically, they have been in a love-hate relationship, kabhi kabhi, but this is almost a low. So commodity exchange traded fund, मैंने students को भी last day बोला था, I'm getting very much interested in them because the value they hold, because they are the real assets. So in the current जो crisis आने वाला है, in this crisis cycle, the real assets like commodities, gold is already playing a role. Gold में हम लोग already bullish थे, आप लोगों को, you all know that, and this must have helped. अगर आप सुने हो तो gold is giving you an awesome rally. So I still think commodities are still quite cheap here. If we go to इसके साथ साथ after with our commodities, we'll look at forex once more to look at the complete global picture. If we look at the 1 month, in the 1 month, top performer has been the South African rand, but other than that, US dollar is been strong. And Turkish lira, where an economic experiment by President Erdogan is not doing very well in terms of currency. So there is a currency depreciation crisis going on in Turkey. Broadly, Chinese yuan ka weakness is notable. Indian rupee has broadly done very well. Agar dekha jaye, here is Indian rupee. So there is some interest in the market going long in the Indian rupee and going short in the Chinese yuan. But I think overall, when Chinese yuan weakens, that is a bad sentiment towards EM market. So our currency may suffer as well. So dollar is strong, and emerging market currencies, especially let's look at the last 1 week. Emerging market currencies, many of them have broadly suffered. US dollar index did not do that well, whereas we saw some comeback in some of the currencies like Indian rupee and Chinese yuan. But broadly, agar dekha jaye, there has been a depreciation pressure. US dollar index for the past 3 months. So let's take year to date. One of the top performing currency has been the US dollar. So US dollar is strong, and the second one has been the Indian rupee. So Indian rupee long and other currencies short has been an interest, but Indian rupee ka currency market is not deep. I hope our government is taking note and will be liberalizing the rupee so that more and more countries become interested in using the Indian rupee as well, and also try to keep the inflation stable so Indian rupee can act as part of, not of this is not that optimist, part of forex reserve of some of the countries as well. So this is the US dollar strong is not going very well for broad currencies. US dollar agar last week bhi hum log dekhe, it is still on the remains on the positive side, not on the negative side. नेक्स्ट हम लोग आ रहे हैं एक बार स्टॉक्स मार्केट को, ग्लोबल स्टॉक मार्केट का पिक्चर हम लोग देख रहे हैं. So Marvel means Argentina index obviously doing well. Other than that, Taiwan, German index. We have Korean KOSPI, UK FTSE 100, France, Jakarta, lot of Toronto Stock Exchange, Singapore, S&P 500. So broadly abhi bhi picture green hai 1 month wise. Last week maybe picture is broadly bullish for equities. Some of the obviously index are suffering, and agar year to date dekha jaye, then our market Sensex has not done that well. But fortunately अगर आप मेरा सुन रहे हैं, then definitely आप जान चुके हैं different opportunities के बारे में, जिसमें आप ये different countries में invest कर सकते हैं via exchange traded fund route. So इसके साथ now we will go back to the final. What is the picture with the fountain of gold at different market? Nifty Bank Nifty हम लोग अलग video बना चुके हैं. So we will here look at the currencies, the commodities, and also we are going to look at the equity indices and bonds, international equity indices. So चलिए चालू करते हैं. We'll start with the bond market, and we'll use the daily chart here. So one of the trade that I become interested in this period is go for long-term bonds. But unfortunately, the way long-term bonds are behaving, it is now selling interest, selling last sign, means it's a bond buying sign for me. But I'm still in the rather than a wait and watch mode. I'm still not confident enough to go big. It is every cycle is different, and this cycle the long term interest rate breakout may have more to do. This is abhi tak agar if I look at the weekly chart or the monthly chart, it is still not significantly bearish the interest rate to go for me to go for long term bond fund. So jab interest rate will drop, I will prefer to go for long term bond fund. So still not confident enough. I've placed my alerts and in a wait and watch mode. Whereas in the short term, yeah, anyone can venture, because short term overall the interest rate has been high, so it's less impacted by the interest rate cut. It's more of a interest rate gain of a strategy. ओवरऑल अगर हम लोग दूसरा कंट्रीज का भी देखेंगे, फाइनली यूके माइट बी टर्निंग अ पिक्चर डाउन. दिस इज टर्निंग रेड. हम लोग लॉन्ग टर्म यूके गिल्ड फंड में वी कैन थिंक ऑफ इन्वेस्टिंग अ बिट, क्योंकि लॉन्ग टर्म जो 10-30 ईयर दिस आर टर्निंग लोअर. फाइनली interest rate looking like it is turning bearish once again. Once it breaks below the long term line, it could be a bigger opportunity to go long on long term bonds. Matlab you buy the long term bonds and the interest rate go up and you gain. If you are not sure about the relationships, you can join in the classes of mine, and there we explain these basics. So this is the German interest rate. European bonds still not looking that hot that we should go into European bond funds. But broadly, US bond fund, we are waiting rather than UK gilt fund. Long-term gilt funds looks better for some beginner as a starter investments. नेक्स्ट हम लोग आ रहे हैं इंटरनेशनल इंडिसेस में. इंटरनेशनल इंडिसेस में we'll look at the total market index is still bullish. अभी तक बुलिश राज चलते जा रहा है. वहां पे 89% विन प्रोबेबिलिटी. हम लोग इसमें बने रहेंगे. मतलब इक्विटी एज एन एसेट क्लास should remain in our portfolio to some extent. Just a moment, I'll have some water. So it's bullish, but with a zigzag volatility. This is kind of momentum, and this is also market going up. So in these market, buy support opportunities and sector rotation, country rotation means more active participation is necessary. नेक्स्ट हम लोग इसके बाद ओवरऑल मार्केट के बाद वी आर गोइंग टू, अभी जितना मेरा रिकमेंडेशन होगा, वी आर एज पर दैट वी आर इनटू S&P 500. Will remain in S&P 500 unless we get a yellow background. That is the strategy for now, because partial profit booking already recommend हो चुका है, partially थोड़ा नीचे ही in this area, and rest we are likely to continue. Dow और Nasdaq is also going up, but I'm not. Dow में opportunities आ रहे हैं, but Dow और Nasdaq I'm staying a bit away because उनमें उनसे जैसे Nasdaq behave कर रहा है going up, throw away, तो stop loss hit होने का chance ज्यादा रहता है. So it's better. I'll prefer to remain in S&P 500 or SPY, which is the exchange traded fund. जो rather interesting हो चुका है, जो और हम लोग वीकली चार्ट में फॉलो करते हैं, इज द रासल. रासल हैज ब्रोकन. ये जो फ्लैट जोन था, रासल इसको तोड़ चुका है ऑलरेडी. हम लोग देख चुके हैं. वी आर सीइंग इंटरेस्ट इन द मिड कैप, स्मॉल कैप, सो वेरी लाइकली इट इज गोइंग टू टेस्ट दिस जोन ऑफ माउंटेन टॉप 2264 एरिया टू हियर 2168. So Russell very likely next week और भी bullish action दिखेगा from Russell, and that's what I'm expecting. नेक्स्ट हम लोग एक कमबैक पकड़े हैं. एक बार एग्जिट करना पड़ा पार्शियल. दिस इज अगेन वी गॉट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू एंटर. दिस इज गोइंग अप. न्यूजीलैंड स्टॉक. सो न्यूजीलैंड का एक्सचेंज ट्रेडेड फंड इज रिकमेंडेड. हम लोग उसमें पोजीशन रह सकते हैं. देन विल लुक एट ऑस्ट्रेलिया. ये भी एक कमबैक स्टोरी है. अगर आप लोग, ये बहुत यूजफुल है. इफ यू गो टू ईएन मैक्रो माइक्रो ट्रेडर्स इनसाइट, यहाँ पे ग्लोबल फंडामेंटल कौन सा अपॉर्चुनिटीज में आ रहे हैं, इट कम्स अप देयर. यू कैन also look at those stocks. I mean, these are fundamentally has become good. Like for example, Australians low index value upward trend, मतलब एक bottom से move हो रहा है. So fundamentally bottom hunting. This is also technical bottom hunting. So this is a breakout. Australia likely to go up. If you are not able, then we can track via weekly chart as well. But this is a good one to track by the daily chart. Then we have Japanese Nikkei. Nikkei is giving a correction. ये जो breakout, it did not work out. It's better to stay away. Nikkei में profit book करके हट के रहना. Once the breakout, new breakout comes above the 40,000 level, this is a CFD, not exactly the Nikkei. तो इसका जो breakout आएगा, that is the time to go for again the Japan fund. जिसमें मोर इंटरेस्टिंगली आप लोग रह सकते हैं. दिस इज अ मेजर स्ट्रगल. डेली चार्ट में डिफिकल्ट होगा इस चाइना. चाइना कुड बी अ कमबैक स्टोरी. सो इट इज वर्थ टेकिंग द रिस्क बिकॉज हम लोग एकदम बॉटम हंट कर रहे हैं. एंड दिस कैन बी अ गुड कमबैक स्टोरी इन चाइना. सो इट्स नॉट क्लियर. फंडामेंटली गुड न्यूज आया है, बट ओवरऑल टेक्निकली अगर देखा जाए डेली चार्ट में, आवर सेटअप हैज आस्क्ड टू एग्जिट. बट दिस इज मोर ऑफ अ फंडामेंटल और छोटा ही पोजीशन लेने का रिकमेंडेशन है. सो वी कैन टेक अ बिट ऑफ रिस्क एंड होल्ड ऑन, से हाउ इट गोज. Singapore, after trying to break higher, we look at Singapore on the weekly, trying to break higher, could not sustain. Lot of spikes. Looks like the China exposure will be better here. जहां पे बढ़िया चलने के बाद we are seeing some flattishness in the momentum is Italy. इटली में रिकमेंडेड है पार्शियल प्रॉफिट बुक कर लीजिए 30% टू द ट्यून ऑफ, और बाकी आप कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं. अनलेस आई गेट फर्दर स्लो डाउन. शॉर्ट टर्म मोमेंटम बेरिश हो चुका है. इट इज अ गुड टाइम टू बुक सम प्रॉफिट. So IBEX 35, it has given an awesome return. It is one of the top performing index. हम लोग इसको bottom buy किए, मतलब breakout एकदम low पे buy किए हैं. We have got received an awesome return so far in this IBEX, and still no sign of exit. So हम लोग रहेंगे Spanish index में. Rather जिसमें हम लोग exit की बात किए थे, that was French index CAC 40. तो once again it is going up. I'll recommend कि हम लोग partial जो profit book किए हैं will remain with that one. Next similar picture is Eurostox का जो 50 after our booking, it is once again breaking higher. ये crossover अगर एक बार आ जाए RSI X में, we can think of increasing into European blue chip index. और एक जो बहुत ही अच्छा जा रहा है कि this is the DAX future or German 30 index. This is significantly going up, so we'll remain bullish on Germany as well. and this is the overall European, the biggest Eurostock 600 index, and it is also very much bullish. So रैली चल रहा है, हम लोगों को डिफरेंट जहां पे रैली चल रहा है वहां पे जाके फायदा उठाना होगा दिस कंटिन्यूड रैली का। नेक्स्ट जो हम लोग जिसमें चले जाएंगे दैट इज द कमोडिटी मार्केट अपॉर्चुनिटीज। उसमें मेरा आउटलुक पोजीशन हैव बीन वेरी क्लियर। आई एम बुलिश ऑन गोल्ड एंड गोल्ड हैज गिवन एन ऑसम कमबैक। ये जो मैंने बुलिश किया इट हैज बीन वर्किंग वेल। लास्ट डे जो मेरे स्टूडेंट्स हैव हाइलाइटेड यू इन द ग्रुप well before the rise, and I'm bullish. Gold is acting differently in this cycle. I'm bullish on gold in different method. I've सॉरी बियॉन्ड फ्यूचर हम लोग जो say ETF, sovereign gold bond. So my outlook is bullish on gold, and I've also gone bullish in silver, but this time more cautiously. Silver on a fundamentals perspective कि silver is still cheap. सिल्वर अभी भी चीप है। यहाँ पे एक बार ब्रेकआउट आया, यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट से इंटरनेशनल सिल्वर देखते हैं। So international silver is, I think, significantly this is can go up. It has not as bullish as gold, but exchange traded fund के जरिए unless this low breaks down, I think I'll continue to build up position. This has potential in silver which is still not there. इसके अलावा क्रूड ऑयल हम लोग बाय किए हैं, क्रूड ऑयल में बुलिश मौका मिला है। आई एम ऑल्सो गॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन क्रूड ऑयल का जो मेन फंड है, डिस्कस्ड विद स्टूडेंट्स फॉर टू टेस्ट आउट ये जो लॉन्ग टर्म एक बुल सिग्नल, इसको टेस्ट करने के लिए इट्स बेटर टू गो विद द ETFs। एंड इसके साथ जो फ्यूचर में लॉन्ग करना दैट आई हैव ऑलरेडी, इट हैज ऑलरेडी शेयर्ड इन द ग्रुप एंड इट इज गोइंग अप। So this is जो मेरा हम लोग का जो लेवल है that is already almost reached, so we can see some sideways price action in the next week unless these mega datas are gone, और चाइना का डेटा will add to positively in crude oil। इसके साथ क्रूड ऑयल के अलावा जो ट्रेड दिख रहा है that is on the zinc। Zinc is good, we are 125 minutes, zinc is bearish, taken a turn lower। 125 मिनट में आफ्टर अ गुड सेलिंग एक करेक्शन आके एग्जिट आ रहा है। कॉपर में 125 मिनट्स चार्ट वी लुक एट फॉर ट्रेडिंग, एटलीस्ट आई लुक एट फॉर ट्रेडिंग। नाउ दिस कुड बी अ सॉलिड कमबैक। 756 पॉजिटिव चाइना, आई एम लुकिंग एट कॉपर। कॉपर कैन बी अ कमबैक स्टोरी नेक्स्ट वीक with the support of China sentiment। Natural gas is still not enough. It's अगर देखा जाए broadly still in a range, a mixed market। In mixed market I do not trade। इसके साथ साथ अगर मुझे चाहिए, आई एम यूजिंग द फाउंटेन ऑफ गोल्ड सेटअप जो मादर सबके अगेंस्ट यूज किया जा सकता है। इसके अलावा इंडिविजुअल सेटअप भी अवेलेबल है टू हेल्प अस get a better picture of that particular asset class। From here, this table, I can clearly see which are the commodities that are in a rising mode and which are the commodities that are in a falling mode। Last एक बार aluminium has been acting much stronger। ये रहे breakout के बाद, but overall in a bigger picture it is still broadly within our range time frame। ये रहे range, but once this 211 cracks out, aluminium can go for some big run। If this one cracks out 211.4, aluminium can go for first the 223 and then finally towards 254 we can see some strong comeback on the metal। So I'll be closely watching aluminium, and it should float above 204, and if it can float above 208 that will be very positive sign। तो ये जो इंपॉर्टेंट लेवल्स है इसके ऊपर मेरा नजर रहेगा नेक्स्ट वीक। सो नेक्स्ट वीक एक बार नेक्स्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट वाला भी देख ले। 212.3 मतलब 213, 209 एंड 200 अबाउट 6 ये जोन पे मीन। सो एल्यूमिनियम इज वन ऑफ द फोकस विच एक बढ़िया ट्रेड आ सकता है नेक्स्ट वीक। इसके साथ साथ I'll go to currencies। I'll go to dollar। Dollar index daily chart, what a good comeback. Now what? Now comes, it depends on, now the focus will be on non-farm payroll. What comes of the dollar? So dollar has potential to go for significantly strong. Dollar going strong, commodity going strong will be a bad combination for different asset class, especially equities. I will have to closely watch कि bond market कैसे behave कर रहा है उसके बाद. If it's a bear steepening, it will be very bullish dollar, and then the commodities will be in pressure. If it's a bull flattening, then the dollar will be also up, commodities could also be up. And that will be very bad news for overall equity risk sentiment. So dollar index still on the bullish side. I'll maintain my bullish outlook still, unless I get a short term momentum bullish. Sorry, bearish. Bullish to hai, bearish. Euro USD, let me take it to the currency. Commodity chart nahi, currency select करना होगा. Then the currency का मीटर आ जाएगा, जो बहुत ही यूनिक मीटर है, एक रिलेटिव स्ट्रेंथ मीटर है. तो इसका आई हैव डिस्कस कि 90 तक आ जाएगा यूरो आईएनआर, एंड इट डिड, एंड वेरी लाइकली नेक्स्ट वीक वी माइट सी फर्दर ड्रॉप on the euro towards 1.073 gradually. Looks like the bearishness is not over. यहाँ पे जा बहुत important strong resistance area से euro USD is coming back. So euro USD I am bearish. I've shorted. GBP USD has taken a turn bearish. I'm bearish. GBP USD, a big break down. If it comes, a big breakdown, we can see some strong down move in GBP USD. Yet to break down this one, but buying का कोई नामो निशाना भी है नहीं. डॉलर येन फ्लैट हो गया, not going anywhere, completely flattish structure. USD CHF, not is there opportunity in India, but it is going up after the surprise rate cut. But Swiss National Bank reached a very important resistance. If it breaks, Swiss currency means USD CHF will go up, and that will further push the dollar and fuel the theme जिसका नाम है central bank policy divergence. Indian currency को देखेंगे, GBP INR shorted. This is could be a bigger opportunity, very small right now. It's important it sustains below the 105.4, then I can go for some bigger quantity, and especially after the breakdown of 105, it can go for even lower. So I'm bearish right now towards Euro INR, towards GBP INR, and Euro INR reached a target. There are several support level, but if it breaks down 89.90, if it does not, it will go to a range. Then obviously I'll not gain that much. But if it breaks down, then obviously I'll be shorting more and will be expecting bigger gains. A move towards 89 maybe. JPY INR, it is in a storm before the silence. If there is a sudden breakdown lower, it will be a good opportunity to short. But एक major risk रह जाता है कि Bank of Japan, which is notorious for its intervention in FX, with a Japan Treasury, they both can intervene in the foreign exchange market and get the stop losses hit. So dollar index is going up, is adding a pressure. USD INR has done a very bit of a range structure. RBI has done pretty well managing the Indian rupee. नेक्स्ट हम लोग और जो जिसमें दिस यूरो येन आई हैव डन, इट्स अभी तक मेरा सिग्नल नहीं आया बेचने का, बट बेस्ड ऑन लाइन चार्ट आई हैव शॉर्टेड दिस वन. लाइन चार्ट में एक ब्रेक जा रहा है. लाइन चार्ट इज अ वेरी नाइस चार्ट टू ट्रेड द करेंसीज. देयर वाज अ ब्रेक डाउन, सो एक माइनर पोजीशन लिया है विच इज ऑब्वियसली नॉट फुल्ली अप्रूव्ड by my fountain of gold setup, but an early try as euro. I'm bearish Euro USD and as well as Euro INR. And another is I'm not shorted that pound yen, but it can opportunity can come. Currently it's in the mixed market situation. So mixed market के बाद जब opportunity आएगा, then only I'll enter in the pound yen again. Currently pound yen में I'm sitting on the sideline. तो ये रहे ब्रॉडली पिक्चर. करेंसी हम लोग कवर किए. वी कवर्ड कमोडिटीज, वी कवर्ड बॉन्ड्स, वी कवर्ड इंटरनेशनल इक्विटी मार्केट्स एज वेल. and also a little bit of picture on the macro ki kaun sa data aane wala hai, what are the important data coming up. So I hope this video and this analysis was helpful. Aapko pasand aaya? Agar aisa hai, don't forget to like and subscribe. All the best from my side, and once again, happy trading.